Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bonfire Racing League here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting as we come to you live from virtual Homestead Miami Speedway in Homestead, Florida. This 1.48 mile oval as we get set for another great Sunday morning of racing. 120 laps here from Homestead Speedway. Lee Tidwell and Robert Moya joining you here for the Bonfire Racing League. Had a great race last night with the NAISCC Cup Series at Sonoma. Wasn't able to make that, but Robert, I know that went really well. And then today, doubleheader, as we will start off this morning with a Bonfire Racing League at Miami Homestead. And then tonight, we return home, back home to Sim Racing Unleashed. And I am extremely looking forward to that tonight. But this morning is going to be a very interesting race. Multi-groove racing at Miami Homestead with the Bonfire Racing League. Christopher Smorrell on the pole as of right now. He was the fastest in practice, and he has been the fastest in qualifying so far with a 33.581. Sean Jensick with a 33.623. Funky Cold David Medina with a 33.730. Robert Riley at 33.751. Nate Maurer with a 33.778. So still lots of time left in qualifying, around 4 minutes or so. So we're going to continue to watch that. And still some guys set to put down some laps. But I want to thank everyone for joining us here on YouTube on Freaky Fast Broadcasting for the Bonfire Racing League. Once again, my name is Lee Tidwell. Joining me, Oz himself, Robert A. Moya, as we get set for 120 laps from virtual Homestead Miami Speedway. This is one of the things I look forward to on Sunday mornings. I get up on Sunday morning, I get my my fresh bottle of Mountain Dew, I get all my stuff set up, and I get ready to have fun with the Bonfire Racing League guys each and every Sunday morning. We've had some shootouts throughout this season so far, so it's going to be great racing here. Multi-groove racing with these excellent drivers with the Bonfire Racing League. Robert, I'm looking forward to today, sir.
Oh, it's going to be a fun race to watch these guys out here. That is correct, Lee. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in on your Sunday morning. As it's going to be fun to see what these guys can do at Miami, here at Homestead. Now, here the thing is, Lee, I was watching their Discord and listening to what a lot of Chris and a lot of drivers were saying out there, Roberts and Chris, and they're saying, and we just had it confirmed from Ryan, too, on YouTube, that the car is loose, as you see right here. It's a snappy loose, and they can't figure out, like they said, something's changed in the setup. Now, what it is, I don't know. I wish we had Zach Hall up here might be able to tell us a little bit more on that if he would get out of bed, But I don't know, man. These guys are going to be struggling with with a tight, loose setup here, this morning there, Lee.
Track temperature at 127 degrees. That could have something to do with it. 84-degree air temperature, winds out of the southeast at 16 miles an hour under a partly cloudy sky with a 59% relative humidity here at Homestead for this 120-lap feature with the Bonfire Racing League. Brandon out on Facebook says, good morning, Freaky Fast. Looking forward to watching these boys racing. Loose, hot, and fast. That sounds like my ex-girlfriend.
Okay. All right. Well, yes. Welcome, man. Hopefully we have a great race here tonight. And we see what? And okay, he says, you know what? I'm just going to destroy this car and make my guys bring out the backup because I don't know what he's doing.
I'm not happy with that run. 34.875, then lost it on that second lap. So he's taking out a little bit of frustration on the outer pit wall there.
I would too. I mean, but you're talking about, we were just talking here, Lee, about a loose setup and everything, and tight, loose, and track temperature with a 16-mile-per-hour wind. And these guys are going to have to deal with this all morning here at Homestead. It's going to be a tough race here for these guys. So let's hopefully we see some good, clean racing. But I got a funny feeling we're going to see some cautions here and there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting race, to say the least, with a hot track, with a loose setup. Everyone's going to have to settle down into a groove fairly quickly. to keep this thing going. Green flag, but we should see a few cautions here or there today. It's just going to be, is it going to be driver error? Is it going to be overdriving the car? Is it going to be a setup issue? Whatever the case may be. You know, the blimp view from up top looks pretty cool on this track.
Yeah, we can go to, well, no, we can't go to the blimp view right now because we're not focused on the car right now, but we'll show the blimp view later on there, Lee, as you're sitting up there in the press box. And, you know, like you said, you didn't have no internet yesterday, but we had a great race at Sonoma. Man, what a race that was, man, that you missed. Zach Hall gets his victory there for Saturday Night League. And then, like you said here, as we get ready to roll into the race here, as we're going to bring up our starting grid, tonight, the debut Season 10 back with SRU, Sim Racing Unleashed at 7:50, when we're going to have Lee Tidwell and Zach Hall calling all the action. So I know you're excited for that just as much as you're excited to call this race, man.
Yeah, I'm excited about this race because it's the way I start my Sunday mornings. But tonight, as I said, we'll be going back home and having me and Zach together. That is one of those broadcasts that you are not going to want to miss. Lee Tidwell and Zach Hall, along with the SRU gang. But we're the Bonfire Racing League and our starting lineup. Starting grid for this morning's 120-lap race at Miami. Chris Smorrell, excuse me. In the number 5 will take the pole with a 33.581. Sean Jensick in the number 21 will position in second. In third, David Funky Cole Medina in that number 9. Sir Robert Riley in the number 66 will begin in fourth position. Nate Maurer in fifth position in the number 971. The 97 of Matthew Clark will be in sixth. Travis White in the number 19 will be in seventh. Doug Neal in the 77 will be in eighth position. Jared Olson in the 35 will be in ninth. In 10th will be Dennis Puckett in that number 12. The number 28 of Justin White will be in 11th. Cody Dorsey in the 12th position at number 84. The number 2 of Brandon Shelton in the 13th position. In 14th will be Tommy Fox in that number 57. The number 99 of John Hopley in 15th. In 16th, Gary Wright in the number 6. Brandon Meyer in the number 91 will be in 17th position. Ryan Twynham and the number 8, as we saw taking his frustrations out on pit wall, will be in 18th. And 19th, Nick Mills in the number 46. Deputy Director Kevin Bullock in the number 62 will begin in 20th. And Sid Butler in that number 55 will begin in 21st. Last 3 qualifiers, not putting down a time. So, that's not the button I was looking for. So here we get ready to get set to start. Get ready to get set to start. That's more words than needed here for 120 laps at Miami. Homestead, Smorrell and Jensick on the front row. Medina Riley on the second. Maurer and Clark on the third. White and Mill on the fourth. And Olson and Puckett will be on the fifth row, rounding out your top 10. I'd like to thank Nightbot out there for letting everyone know what's going on the YouTube chat.
Oh, yeah. Hey, thank you for tuning in, Nightbot. He's always tuning in. He never goes anywhere.
No, he just waits for the next race. Pace car comes off. Here we go. Smorrell's going to bring him down to the line. 120 laps from Miami. Homestead Speedway. Smorrell with a nice jump there. Jensick and Medina behind him. Medina on the inside going into 1. Jensick hung to the high side. We go through 1 and 2. Smorrell's pulling out a huge lead now. Jensick on the high side, as I said. Medina will be on the bottom. Behind them will be Maurer in fourth position. Then you've got a cluster with White, Riley, Olson, and Clark back behind them. Lots of checking up going into 3. Jensick's going to slide back to third position. Now be battling with Maurer for fourth. Maurer to the inside. We got someone in sideways into turn 4. Caution. That's going to be the 12 of Dennis Puckett.
Yeah, and he's already down in the pit road already, unfortunately, it looks like here, Lee. As we do got it, we'll see here. Oh, Matt Clark was involved into something.
Look at the Freaky Fast Cartage replay. Looking at the 12 now of Dennis Puckett. Puckett, ooh, a little tight. Scrapes that outside wall. Gets sideways. The 2 of Brandon Shelton able to escape calamity there. Here comes the 84 into the side. That is Cody Dorsey. Front end damage to him. Everyone else behind. Looks like they squeezed through. Woo, that was close. Squeezed through there on the outside.
Where did the 97 get involved? I see the 97 got involved into something.
Matthew Clark.
Yeah,
I am unsure. He might have touched someone coming through that, but it doesn't look like he's got any damage or anything.
Huh, okay. All right, our data's all messed up apparently. Oh, there it is. The 28 got him. Oh!
No, and then again.
Yeah, under slowing down for caution got him. I don't think the 28 realized he was there.
And so Justin White getting into the 97 of Matthew Clark there. And we have our first caution of the evening coming out of turn 4 of lap number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, it's never too early for a Budweiser. Crack them open. Let's go.
What? Budweiser? Wow, okay. Wow, that's a... well, Lee says it's never too early. To me, I'm like thinking in my head, by lunchtime sounds great.
You know, that's the best thing about taking a cruise is you forget what time it is. So you could be drinking at 8 a.m. You don't even know. You're just like, hey, just give me one. I'm good.
I don't know where to come back on that one, sir.
So Smorl will be in the lead. Medina in second. Maurer third. Jensic slides back to fourth, down 2 spots from his start. Travis White in fifth. Jared Olson sixth. Robert Riley down 3 spots to 7th. Doug Neal in 8th. Shelton in 9th, up 4 spots. And Cody Dorsey in that 84 will be in 10th position. John Hopley in the 99 on the outside looking in, setting in 11th. Looking out the number 9 of David Funky, Cole Medina. He is in second position, up 1 spot from his start. We had a lot of jockeying for position. Yes, Ryan, someone did say Budweiser. But a lot of jockeying for position there on that first lap. These guys didn't seem like they were just going to take it easy start off the start with the track temperature still rising, 129 now.
Ooh, man, I'm telling you, these guys it's gonna be tough out here. They're gonna be tired. They're gonna want to take a nap after this morning's race here at Homestead, man. This is tough, and I really like to see what that 5 Mustang can do there of Chris. Because he was really on Discord lead this morning saying he doesn't know what to do with the car, and he doesn't know if he maybe is running the wrong setup, possibly, because he put it on the pole and he's out there front as green flag is out. Here we go down into turn 1.
Green flag. Maurer's right on the back bumper of Smorl, bringing him across the line. Medina on the high side with Jensic behind them. They go into 1 and 2. Maurer will slide into second. Then you got Travis White underneath Medina is going to push David back to 4th position. Then you got Sir Robert Riley up to 5th position. Jensic's going to slide back into 6th, and 7th is Olson, Neal, and Shelton will be racing it out for 8th as we enter 3. Maurer not looking to let Smorl get away from him. And now we've got a little bit of movement here. Jared Olson looking to overtake Jensic, almost touches the wall. Doug Neal almost runs him over.
That's what we don't want to see. Definitely don't want to see you hitting the wall, and that's what these guys are going to be tough. You're going to see here with the iRacing update that we just recently had here, Lee. We do got multi-groove racing. We did see Homestead on Wednesday night with Underdog in the trucks, and I'm telling you what, man, it was some racing. These guys were moving and dicing and sliding, and it was awesome racing. And once these tires heat up here, I believe we're going to see the same thing here with the Cup cars. You can see some like in the low line, you got some like in the middle line, and you're going to see some guys here, as you see Olson running the high line. Well, he did run the high line. Now he's going to duck underneath the 21 there.
Yeah, Sean Jensic to the high side is going to get passed by Olson, moving up into the top 5 now. Behind Jensic was Doug Neal, getting a little squirrely coming out of 2.
And that's it. You don't want to. You got to be easy on the pedal here with this setup. From what information I'm getting, you just gotta wait for the car to react, and you know what I mean. Let the tires get heated up. I mean, like you said, Lee, we can bring up the weather here real quick and exactly see what these guys are dealing with right now. Like you said, 129 degrees, partly cloudy at 84 degrees with the winds at 14 miles per hour. So, man, the hotter this track gets down here, and we're the time of the year. Oh, I hear Crunch Kevin. Yeah, it was Kevin the Bolt. No yellow, though. But you can see here the 62 of Kevin Bullock, man. His front, he has no front end.
Yeah, Deputy Director Kevin Bullock in that 62 coming into the pits. It looks like he's got someone in front of him as well, the 8. That's going to be Ryan Twynham.
He said, Budweiser, I'm done. I'm going in to get my Budweiser. He's like, yep, I'm done.
Twynham and Bullock will bring it into the pits as Smorrell brings it out of 4. Will cross the line, be lap 10 of 120. Smorrell now with a 0.6 of a second lead over second place Nate Maurer, Medina in 3rd, White in 4th, Olsen in 5th. As now we're starting to spread it out just a bit. Fastest lap of the race so far is Smorrell with a 33.879. That was done on lap number 6.
Look at that. Mr. White there is in the 19. It didn't have a good run last week, though, Lee. But you know what? He's looking good here right now. Up here running in the top 5, running in 4th position, up 3 positions right now. So, I mean, this guy right here needs a good run. Don't need to win the race, sir. You just need a good run.
Doug Neal right on the back bumper of Jensic, now going to the high side. Neal in that 77, looking to the high side of Jensic going into 3. And I don't know if Jensic just gave it to him or what, or Neal just had a rocket shoved in his tailpipe. But, man, that high line working great for Doug Neal. He moves it up now to 6th position.
Track temperature is now up to 130 degrees. Wow. And then they're dealing with the wind yet. Unreal. I don't know, man. These guys are going to, like I said, be tired. I'd be tired. Crazy.
Yeah, the way this wind is blowing, it's blowing straight down from 2 to 1.
Okay.
And then from 3 to 4. So when you're exiting 4, you've literally got wind blowing on that back end trying to spin you around. Looking now at the 46. That's going to be Nick Mills. Mills is riding in the 8th position. He's behind Jensic. I wonder if Jensic is playing a little tire game here, as he is slid back about 5 spots in that Lightning McQueen number 21.
Yeah, that's a possibility. I mean, you don't want to burn these tires off right away either, especially with the track temperature and the wind and everything that these guys are dealing with out here. And it sounds like we're beating a dead horse with talking about the weather, but you know, we're in Florida, and it's warm in Florida. So, you know, these drivers have got to deal with this hot track. You know, unless they get into the late afternoon or nighttime racing, which I don't think Homestead offers nighttime, do they?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you have a special treat on this Sunday morning. We had someone just climb up into the broadcast booth. I didn't think they were in Florida today, but evidently they are. Still hasn't put their microphone on quite as of yet, but we do have Zach Hall in the broadcast booth. Zach, how are you doing,
guys? Glad to join y'all. Sorry, not a normal waker upper at this time on Sundays, and just getting woken up now. But I'm glad to join y'all here. 15 laps in this thing.
Yeah, man. And Zach, here's something that we've been talking about, and you can add a lot of insight. We're in Miami. 130 degrees on the track.
Oh, it's that right there is just a tell of it's going to be no grip out here. This track already very low grip, just due to the older surface and really the way it wears the tires out. But with a 130-degree track temp, that is in the higher. That's pretty much in the highest range you can have in iRacing. The highest I've seen it in this build so far is it can hit the 140s. But 130 is up there with the highest I've seen. And I can tell you from testing for certain races and stuff before with about 135, when it gets in that range, it's kind of an all 4 tires don't have grip. You're kind of tight. You're kind of loose. It's just nothing is really working right. And it's when these drivers out here got to manage their stuff the best they possibly can, because you could really burn the tires up very easily here by just overdriving on this super hot track.
Absolutely. That's something that I'm not good at, is tire management. Looking at the 57 to Thomas Fox, he's riding in 12th position, up 2 spots from his start. Got Sir Robert Riley in front of him, Justin White behind him.
Yeah, it looks
Shelton
like
in that number. Go ahead, sir.
I was about to say, it looks like you're starting to get a little bit spread out here as this run continues on. I imagine this has been going on for a pretty decent run here, unless we've had some type of caution here early. But it looks like they are definitely starting to spread out, especially Smerol out front. Really, his pace looking very quick with Nathan there trying to hold off Medina. But it does seem to be little packs of cars, but they are starting to spread out.
Yeah, they had a caution at the on turn 4 of lap 1, and then we've been green ever since. And looking at the 57 of Fox, sir, Robert Riley on the high side of him. Now Jensik's getting battled by Nick Mills as well going into 3. So we got, like you said, little mini battles going on here and there.
Yeah, little battles going all around, and you can see 2 different lines being employed here by these drivers, and this is something I've got a little bit experience with. We actually had a race, I believe, with one of our leagues, Underdog Racing League, and their trucks. And I can tell you one thing, they put on a show there with this track. That was at a night race, so a little bit different conditions. As you see, I think the 66 gets to the wall there. It might let the 57 get by. He's trying to clear down the back stretch here. He may be able to do it in 3. I don't think he will. There comes the 66 back to the outside. This is going to be tough once again here for the 57. But we seen in that Underdog Racing League Truck Series race, this track has multiple grooves, and there you see the 57 making the pass on the bottom.
Yeah, so Fox passes Riley. That is going to be for 11th position. In front of them is John Hopley. Hopley's going to hang it high. Fox is going to drive up underneath him and kind of pull it away from Riley here. So not sure if Riley might have burned up those tires running that high line trying to compete with Fox, but Fox has got a nice little pace going here.
Now, that is one thing, Lee. Running the different lines, that is a very critical thing. You brought up him running a different line, changing the tire wear. It does. It's actually really crazy. You can really change the balance of your car running a different line, it seems like, with these new updates that iRacing has brought to these tracks, especially Homestead being one of them. It's kind of weird. Some tracks, it seems like you can go up there and run it and you can burn your tires up, or you can save your stuff if you drive it right. So it all comes about how the driver does it and about how they use each line to their advantage, because each one wears the tires differently.
Fox overtakes Hopley, and then Riley right behind him. That is going to be 10th, 11th, and 12th as we are on lap 22 of 120 at Homestead Speedway. Looking back through the rest of the field, Jared Olson in the number 36. They're passing Twynham, who is in the 8. Twynham got into an incident earlier, and he is so much off the pace than everyone else.
Yeah, it looks like he's really struggling right here as he's getting lapped through the field. Oh, getting really close up to the back end of that 35 there of Jared Olson. Oh, he gets really tight off the corner there. That's going to let the 77 Doug Neal by. And like I said, Ryan, 3 laps down now in the 8. Hard. Looks like some heavy damage on the right side of that car. And here at Homestead, that's only going to make the conditions worse for you out here.
So Smorl, Maurer, Medina, White, and Olson, your top 5. Neal, Mills, Shelton, Jensic, and Fox will be your round out your top 10. Looking at the number 5 of Smorl, look at well, that's Matthew Clark. Let's say, look, man, Maurer's caught up with him, but no, that's Clark. A lapped vehicle is Smorl starting to throw people a lap down. Matthew Clark being that first victim there. Now he's trying to chase down Brandon Meyer, who's 6 seconds ahead of him. He does have a 3.2 second lead over second place Maurer.
Yeah, he's really crowing that thing out, and it's 35-49 last time by. And Nate Maurer's 35-76. That's a huge difference right there, and you can see the line difference. You got Nate and Dave Medina here, just both working that top group of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, while Smerol running the middle 1 and 2, and I think down here in 3 and 4, if I'm not correct, he's running the bottom. So he's doing the stuff a little bit differently, and these drivers here in 2nd and 3rd electing to do it completely the opposite way.
Yeah, that's something that Smorl's going to be, happy to see in his rearview mirror, is the fact that Medina and Maurer are racing like this, because it gives him a chance to continue to pull that lead out a little more. But now they're actually catching up with him just a slight bit, now down to 3.3.
Yeah, they really are. The last time by, they were able to get within that range here, and you'll see the lap times here. 2/10 that time for Schmerl up front, but not as big a difference. But tell you what, Medina all over the back bumper of Nate here. Can Nathan hold on to this? It's going to be hard to do in this 971. As the thing is, though, he's taken away his line lead. We haven't seen David drop to the bottom and be able to use it yet, like we've seen Schmerl out front use it. But that's going to be the key to make the pass. Here's the run through the middle, but gets to the bumper and can't go nowhere. Gets the dirty air, now has to lift on exit, and now you're going to lose ground.
Yeah, funky cold David Medina. He is trying his best to get around Nate Morrill, but just has not found that spot yet. And now they've got Matthew Clark, a lap vehicle in that number 97 that they're about to have to deal with. Clark involved in an earlier incident as well during the caution, as everyone was slowing down.
Yeah, he's got heavy front games on the front end of that thing. I'm surprised he's not suffering from some type of overheating conditions, how bad that front end is there. But Matthew Clark's trying to hang on here early to go and 2 laps down. But he is the first car 1 lap down, even though Gary Wright is right on the fringe of about 2 seconds in front of our leader. If a caution was to come out, Matthew Clark would get one of those laps back here.
And Medina looking to go underneath Clark here and then start working on Maurer once again. So Smorrell will continue to lead. Bauer second, Medina third, Travis White fourth, Doug Neal will remain in 5th position. As we look back through at the number 19 of Travis White, White running in that 4th position, coming out of 4 now. He's got Doug Neal behind him. Neal up 3 spots. So is Travis White. Big mover so far, Nick Mills in that 46. He's in 7th. He's up 12 spots.
His lap times are very, very strong, actually. 35.79. Our leader's running 35.81. So right now, looking through the field, he is our fastest car. Him and Brandon Shelton in the 2 machine, also a 35.78. Those 2 drivers right there in the 7th and 8th position, the fastest cars on this racetrack.
Coming out of 4, going to have 91 laps to go. Call it lap 30 of 120. As we look at the 84 of Cody Dorsey. Make that to 28. Sorry, Robert, but that was all on me. The 84 of Dorsey. Dorsey in 13th position, down 1 from his start. He was involved in an earlier incident as well.
Yeah, he's got, you can see there on the front of that thing, that Camaro not looking the sharpest on the Little Caesars front in there. It's got a little bent up there from that first contact, and a little bit of a loose condition coming out of there too. And we got Robert talking about pizza. It's too early for that.
No, man, I want some pizza. Some pepperoni pizza right now. Man, it's never too early to drink. I don't know why I keep
it's
getting,
not, I mean, on Sunday morning, right? You know, it's all right.
Right.
It's whatever.
It's I don't know where I was going to go with that.
It's 12 o'clock somewhere, so okay, it's all right.
Looking at the 28 now of Justin White. He is in 14th position. He's down 3. He was involved in an that early incident as well. Pitted on lap 3 from that. So sitting in 14th, Puckett behind him in 15th. Then you got Sid Butler, Gary Wright, Matthew Clark, Twynham in 19th, Meyer in 20th, and Deputy Director Kevin Bullock in 21st.
Yeah, it looks like everybody, like I said before, starting to get really spread out here before, but it looks like Travis White starting to close the back bumper, Doug Neal. You also got Jared Olson getting some pressure from Nick Mills and also Brandon Shelton. So it's really heating up here from really 5th all the way back to that 8th position.
Yeah, White in that 19. He will be sitting in 5th, and then Olson in the 6th. Nope, take that back. Olson's not in the 6th.
Oh, he's in the wall.
Oh, no. Get out of the wall, sir. Get the 35.
Yeah, looks like that's going to let the 2 of Brandon Shelton there make the nice clean pass. Oh, a little bit of contact.
Touch Nick Mills. Mills on the inside. I'm not so sure that Olson even knew that he was there.
Yeah, that was a close contact, quarters racing there off of 2, and very, very sketchy moment. But that lets Nick Mills slide up past Jared Olson. That pushes Jared Olson back from 6th to 8th and 1 lap as Shelton and Mills continue to go forward. Both Shelton starting from 13th and Mills starting from 19th.
Yeah, so both of them having some really good run here on the screen flag run from about lap 4. We got restarted to now lap 34. What's the fuel / tire window at Miami on 131-degree track temperature?
Oh, yeah, these tires are going to be hurt. You're going to want to pit as soon as your strategy comes available to you, just due to the tires probably. But I'm thinking, Lee, looking here, 78% fuel load, so that kind of puts it in an interesting number of laps they could run. A rule of thumb here, I'd say, is right around 58 with a full tank. So with 78%, I'm looking in the 40s, somewhere in that range. These guys will be pitting. So if we got a 120 here, I'm looking at the pit window really start opening up in the next 10 laps here, maybe even possibly 5 laps.
Round along with the 66 of Sir Robert Riley, as you can see him fighting this car, especially exiting turns, having to, gently on that gas and then get on it once you get those tires square. And then even entering the turns, once you lift and start turning, you can see how that traction is just given.
Yeah, man, this place is just so slick. And when you get the hotter track temps like this, it equates to just no grip, and you're just really having to work the wheel and really work the throttle, because if you overdrive it, the car just goes straight. And then you put a lot of wheel in it to make it turn, it's going to snap loose. So you're going to have both type of conditions there in this hot conditions. And back to the strategy point of things, doing a little math in my head there while I was thinking about it. Yeah, lap 40 should be nearing where these guys want to stop. That'll put them down to a 2-stop race here, stopping at lap 40 and lap 80 to get them to that 120 mark.
Shelton in the 2 is almost caught up with the 19 of Travis White, looking to break into the top 5. And then you've got Doug Neal in front of him. Medina has checked out along with Smorl and Maurer, as Neal goes under Gary Wright. Now here comes Travis White. And Brandon Shelton looking to do that as well. Shelton driving on past Gary Wright.
Yeah, that was a little bit close between him and the 6 there. Not sure if there was any bad blood or the 6 just wasn't sure he was there. He was trying to let him by on the high side. I don't know. That was close stuff between the 2 and the 6 there, as Nick Mills will try to get by now. But we'll see if Brandon Shelton can continue to track down Travis White. He was a little bit slower than Travis last time by. So we'll see if he can continue to track himself forward, see if he can get to the top 5. Same with Nick Mills. Those two have been going forward. Doug Neal, he's got past Travis White, so he's going forward still. And Medina, he had lost the ground, in my opinion, to Nate. They're in second, and then 12 on pit road sideways. That's Dennis Puckett. They must have some issues here on lap 40 as that pit window, like I said, is opening up. But yeah, Nate pulled the gap out on Medina about a second. Medina cooled his tires off, and now he's coming back as that 971 gave him the top, his preferred line.
Yeah, Medina looked a little bit not square coming out of 2. And that's the thing, man, especially track temperature as hot as it is, tires being worn like they are, and just being Homestead. If you get in that gas before you get square, your tail end wants to slide around. It wants to pull on out, to the right. And the farther these runs go, the more that throttle control is going to be such a key. And then like right there, Medina was going to run that high line, but got so tight he had to lift, and he lost all that momentum trying to catch up to Maurer.
Yeah, you're in a tough spot here trying to make a pass. I mean, the thing is, your car is changing constantly balance-wise. If Nate puts himself on the bottom, now you're up top. You feel like you got pretty good front turn, but you're usually going to come off the corner then a little bit more front turn than you'd like. And you're going to start, like you said, to slide that rear end out. Then Nate goes to the bottom, or goes to the top, takes away that air. As you can see here, Medina has the air on entry here, but Nate's going to slide up the racetrack, put himself in his tracks, and that's going to hurt Medina's exit here. It's going to tighten him up a little bit there. And it's definitely interesting. I would rather be loose, but definitely crazy stuff. As man, the leader right now, him and a lap car racing very hard between Brandon Myron and 91. They're 16 laps down.
Yeah, so Meyer slides back another lap. Smorl will have a 5.5-second lead over second place Nate Maurer, that 971, who is being chased down by Funky Cold David Medina. They just passed Hopley. Hopley running in 11th position. So we've only got 10 cars on the lead lap at the moment. Sir Robert Riley is the last guy on that lead lap.
Yeah, and he's about 21 seconds back from Small, so he's a good bit still ahead of Christopher out front. So he could possibly be able to stay on the lead lap if this thing doesn't go green. And then you see now Brandon Shelton also starting to close in on Doug Neal as he's cracked into the top 5, got past Travis White. This too, he's very quick.
Yeah, Brandon Shelton's been very impressive so far today. He is up 8 positions from the start, has cracked into the top 5, and now looking to chase down Doug Neal going into 3. He has Cody Dorsey behind him, a lap vehicle. Take that back. That's Travis White that's behind him. Shelton in the 2, White in the 19. They are going to be 5th and 6th at the moment.
And you'll see him run that top here. There is that lap traffic up there, probably not helping the most with the air. But what I'm liking is you can run both, and that's the option that we need. Is he always runs up all through the back of the lap car here. You got to drop it low, get some air, and get on by. But man, it's a tough position to be in, to be making passes here in this package, especially this late in the run. And you know, I'm interested because we're on lap 45 here, and we have not pitted yet. So a lot of guys are stretching the fuel as far as they can here instead of hitting that lap 40 mark. As I believe Nick Mills was one of the drivers who hit right at lap 40 or 41. And also another thing, tire set limits. Only 3 sets of tires here tonight, so already got 1 set used. Now they're coming down to put another set on. They're going to have 1 more set, and this race is going to have 1 more green flag pit stop. So, man, I think that's why you're seeing some drivers stretch it here, because they know if they get a caution near the end, they want to have the freshest tires possible so they can go the farthest distance on that last pit stop.
Travis White in the 19 comes in on lap 45. He takes a set of tires, gets a splash of fuel, and will head back out on the track. That is going to put him back into 12th position as we start cycling through our green flag pit stops. Smorl continues to lead. Maurer in 2nd, Medina 3rd, Doug Neal in 4th position, but he's got Brandon Shelton in that number 2, trying to chase him down on that high line. Thomas Fox in the 57 will be in 6th. Jared Olson in 7th. Make that Jensick in 7th now. Olson in 8th. Riley in 9th. Nick Mills, who pitted on lap 41, up to 10th. Olson's coming into pit this time.
Yeah, drivers hitting pit road, trying to get their service done. I think this is a very good time to do it. And I think I was at first I was like, man, why are these guys waiting so long here? They're kind of wasting some time here that you could be making up on them newer tires. But I like this strategy. I thought it out, with that one less set of tires than I thought they had. It's going to be a race of who can have the freshest tires at the end of the race when they take that last stop. And then, because if you do get a caution and you have the freshest tires, you will go forward.
Well, and staying green flag the way it is, too, completely throws a lot of strategy. I mean, you can't plan on a caution. Yeah. But you can kind of plan on a caution. You're like, okay, so, we should get one around here. There should be something here. People start changing tires on lap 45. You might see some there as Maurer now comes into the pit, our 2nd place, and Smorl's into the pit. Medina in. So the top 3 all come into pit road here on lap 49.
It looks like Doug Neal is going to follow in that 4th position, also in the 77. Looks like Thomas Fox in the 57 will stay out. Sean Jensick will stay out also right there. And so 2 drivers yet to pit still there.
Against the wall. Who was that? As Hopley. Hopley tapped that wall. Now he's got a hornet's nest coming around him. Hopley had to get out of the way.
Whoa. That was the definition of a hornet's nest. He got stung.
He did. There was like three wide coming behind him. He taps the wall and then slows down 15 miles an hour. And everybody's like, oh. Looking at Matthew Clark and Justin White on my screen now as they are coming out of 4. Gary Wright also involved with that. So we got some lap vehicles all mixed in. And all kinds of stuff going on. Jensic is still out. And he will be in first position in that number 21. Lightning McQueen, Rusty's machine.
Yeah, you know, this place right here, it is an interesting place. I mean, with 78% fuel load to go 51 laps. Now, you know, completing lap 51, going on to 52. That is pretty impressive. I mean, they did have that caution to help them save a little fuel, actually. So that does help. I didn't even think about that in my book. And, man, 52 laps, though, that's a pretty good distance here. If he could get to 60, it's not going to happen here at 78%. I can guarantee that. And it's definitely not going to happen the second time. Especially with no caution. But if he could stretch it the farthest he can, he could possibly set himself up for something late in the race. Like I said, if a caution comes out for these guys, pretty untimely.
Yeah, because he's got over a 6-second lead right now over second place Smorl. But Smorl is so fast.
Yeah, he's running lap times, I mean, 3 seconds quicker than our leader right now. So, I mean, the gap dropped from 10.6 to 8 seconds flat that time by. Smorl's going to be there in a few laps. But the thing is, that sets Jensic up. That just doesn't look the greatest. As he's going to go lap down, he's going to have to drive back around that 5. He will have fresher tires, and he should be able to do it. But if he does get a caution at some point there, he could get trapped a lap down.
I mean, with Smorl catching up the way he is, cutting down 2 and 3 seconds at a time, would it not benefit Jensic to go ahead and hit pit road and try to limit the gap that's going to be created from him being in the pits? Because when you come in, you know you've got right now. It looks like from start to finish pit road to exit, guys are running in that 38 to 42, 44 second mark. 3 seconds is huge when it comes to that.
Yeah, I mean, he can see him. I mean, literally up ahead, you're going to see, I think, Jensic there exiting off of that one lone car way up the track there across the start finish line now. So he can see him. I mean, he's within 2 seconds. He's under the 3 second gap now. I think here for Jensic, I think he's kind of dug his bed. He's got to lay in it. You know, he's already went this far. He might as well just go ahead and stretch it. I mean, he's already lost almost a whole lap. I mean, you can see he wasn't a lap down before this. This is Smorl put the whole pit stop in between them.
Smorl comes flying past Thomas Fox on the top side of Jensic. Smorl back in the lead, looking to dive down in front of Jared Olson. Olson's going to be able to keep in front of him. So it's Christopher Smorl back in the lead. Jensic into second position. And you can see the difference between new and old tires as Jensic had to slow down in that apex, and everybody else just shot right on past him. Smorl got a little wiggly.
Yeah, Smorl just a little bit wiggly there, trying to get by Jared Olson here. And there you see Jensic still. That's so impressive that he's made it this far, Lee. I think he's trying to make it to that 60 point to try to do the one stop, but like I said, without a caution, and yeah, he's only going to be able to make it here to start at lap 57. So 56 laps done by Sean Jensic out here. What a drive, but not going to be enough for a one stop.
It's going to be interesting to see how that strategy shakes out as he is falling backwards. Quick! Oh, I just heard crash. Who was that? Caution.
Oh, I tell you what.
There's lots of crashing. The 77's involved. I hear that. Oh, it's Doug Neal. Neal was running in 7th position.
Oh man, no, not the 77. And Jensic, you know, we seen the caution come out there 1 lap too late for him.
Trying to see who he caught there on the Freaky Fast Cartage replay. as Doug Neal comes out of 4. There was already someone spinning in front of him, and then he just collects them. That is the 91 of Brandon Meyer. And Meyer was sideways in the track, and Neal with nowhere to go. But yeah, Meyer lost that coming out of 4, spun it around. And you can see here from the onboard, excellent shot by our producer, Robert. Oh, there's just nowhere to go. And bam.
He made the decision to go left lead. The car bounces off the wall. Stops in the mid. I think he thought the car was going to go farther back left, hopefully, because he kind of held position once he started the car bounce off the wall. And then just not enough bounce off the wall and nowhere to go for the 77. That is heartbreaking because, man, what a run he had going on. And remember here, no fast repairs, so his day looks to be over.
You know who this benefited more than anyone? The number 21 of Sean Jensick comes out in the 10th position.
Yeah, it helped him a lot. The only issue is if it would have come out one lap earlier that kept him on that lead lap and be able to pit and get his tires and have way fresher tires than anybody. Now he's one lap down. He will have the freshest tires on the racetrack and be the fastest car. But it's still that's still a huge issue you got to overcome, in my opinion. Like, one lap down is not something that's going to be easily done and fixed. He should have the speed to overtake the drivers ahead of him, Thomas Fox and Robert Riley, as he has the fresher tires of those guys. But we'll see how it all shakes out once everything gets sorted out. But, man, Sparrow, he's been so dominant so far, but this helps Nate and also Nick Mills, who started in the back, Brandon Shelton, Dave Medina, brings them all back together and gives them a shot for this 5 and see if they learned anything, because that's the thing. Sparrow was able to really do great on that first run, but if the 971, the 46, the 9, and the 2 learned anything during those runs right there on that long run to change how they can set up their next runs, we could see a challenge for this race win.
Jensick just came back down to pit road.
Okay, I know what he's doing. He is topping off. So he is going for a one-stopper here. What he's going to try to do is top this car off, get as much fuel in it each and every time when they come down pit road, have as most fuel as he possibly can, and see if he can make it. I mean, he only made it 56 laps there with a caution, so he will need some type of caution to make that. But, man, he could possibly do it if we get another caution. For sure, if we get another caution, he could really do it.
And Doug Neal keeps coming down pit road to try to repair that damage and get out in front of the pace car to stay on the lead lap. We have 7 cars on the lead lap at the moment. Smorl, Maurer, Mills, Medina, Shelton, Olsen, and Doug Neal. Neal in his pit box at the moment as the pace car comes out of 4. Let's see if he can get out of there and still save being on the lead lap.
I'll have to see here.
And now he's going to go down.
Foul.
Yep. So now 6 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah. Really definitely dropped down there. But I tell you what, that helps Jensick, actually. Because if he can get back on the lead lap, then he doesn't have many cars to pass either once he gets on the lead lap.
Yeah, lucky dog at the moment would be Doug Neal. Jensick is about 4 down from that, all 1 lap down. So interesting development here at Miami. 61 of 120 laps. We're at the halfway point. Smorl continues to dominate. Maurer at 2nd, Mills in 3rd, Medina 4th, Shelton 5th, Olsen 6th, Thomas Fox in 7th, Sir Robert Riley in 8th, Jensick in 9th, and Cody Dorsey will round out your top 10. We are double file. Medina will be on the inside, Maurer on the high side. We will go green when we come around this time. Ladies and gentlemen, we are halfway through with this race. Thank you for joining this Sunday morning with the Bonfire Racing League on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Lead Tidwell, Big Mac himself, Zach Hall, and Robin Amoy as we go back green. Smorl will bring him down, and Maurer thinking this might be his only opportunity at the moment. And it has been pretty much this entire race to race with Smorl. See if he can step. Man, look at Smorl just take off. My goodness.
You know, and I got to put that down to confidence in cold tires. That's something that he has shown to me so far in this first lap. Just watching this restart, he is definitely charging way harder, and he's running a different line. You can see everybody else washing up the racetrack pretty wide near the back there, but Smorl just running that middle line and really producing great lap time.
So Smorl in first, second, Medina in third, then you've got Mills and Olsen racing for fourth. Make that Shelton, excuse me. Shelton in fourth, Mills fifth. Olsen drops back to sixth position. As we've got lots of moving and shaking going on here on this restart. Looking now at the number 2 of Brandon Shelton, who is running in fourth position.
Yeah, Shelton, he's been one moving up, him and Nick Mills. Remember that. So we'll have to see. Also, with this caution, it makes everybody where they pitted important. Nick Mills, Brandon Shelton, they pitted early. So guess what? Now they're going to suffer early in this run due to the fact they pitted early compared to the 971, and the 5 who all pitted on the same line.
Okay, so Mills looking to chase down. Take that back. Shelton looking to chase down Medina now. Yeah, Smorl and Maurer have pulled about a second and a half lead over Medina in third position. Maurer just trying to stay in sniffing distance of Smorl, who, as you said, that confidence in the cold tires and just the way he has dominated this track here today.
Yeah, he has been so dominant, but I tell you what, Nate is learning. We're seeing what drivers do on iRacing here, and this is one thing I love to see. Drivers get better and better as the race goes on. One thing I'm noticing different there, you see Nate, he washes up the racetrack and the exit there, while Smorl keeps it somewhat tidy there. So it tells me Smorl not overdriving the center there in 3 and 4, being very patient on the throttle. And Nate is going to have a bigger issue with that. He's following in the wake of that 5, so it's going to be tougher to hold that nose up, but he's doing a good job. He's learning here, running the line that Smorl has been running to dominate this race, and that is going to be the key.
It makes a huge push there going into 3 and 4, closes the gap a bit, now down under a half a second. So as you said, Smorl kind of learning here, kind of like an AI.
I mean, that's, you know, this is one of the most critical things I try to give people advice on in iRacing is if someone is out there beating you, go out and ride behind them. You can see what they're doing. You can compare and saying, because sometimes you're saying, man, that guy is going so fast through the entry and center and it looks fast, but he's actually going slower than you. And he's actually slowing the car up and being more gentle on the car than you are and just carrying the speed off the corner instead of you attacking and roll over, speeding the center and really losing speed down these long straightaways, which is the key to overalls.
Looking now at the 35 of Jared Olsen. Olsen running in 6th position. He's got a bunch of swamp behind him.
Yeah, it's
Riley back there. Schweinum's back there.
Yeah, it's all forming up pretty much right here in this pack. But I tell you what, at the moment, Thomas Fox still the top car a lap down in that 7th position. He's got Jensic not too far back, so if Jensic can get into that lucky dog position, he'll be in a decent spot. But you're looking there at Thomas Fox now. Remember, Fox did stay out pretty long there. Also, that's why he went a lap down last run. So he'll be looking to try to get back on the lead lap. Also, it's one of those things where when the caution comes out right at the sequence of pit stops, some guys can get caught on that short end of the stick and end up a lap down. And that's really why we got, you know, cars always from 7th to 13th, 1 lap down.
Again, we'd like to thank you for joining us this Sunday morning. Don't forget, tonight, as Freaky Fast goes back home for Sunday nights, back with Sim Racing Unleashed with the next-gen cars. And I tell you what, I am excited about that race tonight, Zach.
Oh yes, gonna be very, very fun, Lee. I can't wait, buddy. It's something I had circled on my calendar. Not only just due to the fact that next gen car and getting back into the roll of things on Sunday night, man, but getting back in the booth with you, and couldn't be glad to do it here this morning too. So we're gonna have a double header with me and you. We definitely like to warm up in the booth. Robert said we're warming up here. I'm trying to. I'm waking up. I feel like I don't know if warming up. I tell you what, back out front though, Stroll, he's got about a second gap now on Mauer, but he's just really, really starting to lose a little bit of time. But I tell you what, he's closer than he was before early in the race, and that's going to be the key.
Nah, I just wasn't speaking at the moment. I was letting Zach talk. Now, my phone was going off because, I'm unprofessional like that.
He's a busy man. Important man here.
So we are on lap 72 of 120, 49 laps to go. Looking now at the number 57 of Thomas Fox running in 7th position. He's got Jensic right behind him now. Jensic in 8th and looking to pass Fox. And would that put him in the lucky dog?
It would. That would put him right in position.
Down to the inside, coming out of 2. Jensic powering through. 3/4, make it a full car length, and now ducks up and will take that spot. Sean Jensic has put himself in a very valuable position if another caution comes out.
Yeah, if a caution was to come out now, he'd be in a really good spot. I think also you'd see him most likely here. What he would do is get the lucky dog, then come down and just top off. He wouldn't even take tires because he's still got a long way to go in this race, but he can make it to the end, and then he could have one set of extra tires also to back him up if another caution was to come out. So he has lots of options if he can just get back on that lead lap in that number 21 machine.
Yeah, Fox isn't going to let him have it easy, though, as he continues to race him. But she said Fox is kind of washing up that track, and you scrub so much speed like that.
You really do, and you see it in 3 and 4 really happen the most. A lot of people, that corner is just their Achilles heel, and something I know I've figured out a lot here in just over the past few years, because I used to really struggle with the exit of 4, just never could figure it out. And it really comes down to, it's all about that center of 3 and 4. If you carry too much speed there, the car just goes straight on the exit of 4. You got to back it up in the center and then carry the run off the exit. And I'm telling you, you can get some really good runs if you just back up that center just a tiny bit and slow it up.
So Nick Mills in the 46 running in 6th position, trying to chase down Olsen in the 35. About 0.3 of a second gap. They are also dealing with Hopley, who is a lap car, went high there for Olsen to let him come on by. They are door to door.
Yeah, great battling going on still here. Olsen, he's tried his best here as he's in that top 5. And remember, Nick Mills there in the 46, super fast, started 19th, worked his way up through the field. He is on some of the oldest tires here because he literally pit on lap 40. He pit right as soon as he can make it, and you have Jared Olsen in front of him. He pit on 47, so you're seeing 7 lap tires difference, but Nick Mills still able to keep up.
Yeah, Mills not letting him get away as they are still working with Hopley at the moment. Hopley had a good little exit there of 2. Behind them, Sir Robert Riley and Gary Wright as well. As we go into 3, looks like Mills will finally get it as Hopley pushed hard up and towards that wall. Riley looking now underneath him as well. And they're going to race nose to quarter panel across the line. Riley will now fall back behind Hopley. Now pull it back through on 1 and 2 and passing. That not a battle for position, but still some hard racing going on out there. A little scary.
A little bit scary, huh? The battle between those two, man, I'll tell you what. Hopley pretty close to him with a 66 there. And he almost got up into the wall there. But yeah, like I said, not battling for position, but it was a tough little battle there. As the 66 now, Robert Riley has gone by. As Robert Riley is in that 9th position, Hopley in the 14th position, 4 laps down compared to Riley, 1 lap down in 9th.
So 42 laps to go, and our leader continues to be Christopher Smorl in that number 5 machine as he will cross the start-finish line, have a 2.4 second lead over Maurer.
He's really starting to gap this 971 here, and Maurer he did better this time, but just now starting to fall off and possibly fall into the places of Daniel Medina, who is 3/10 quicker last time by. Also Shelton 2/10 quicker, so we'll see if Maurer can pick up the pace here, or that was just a bad lap, because he's going to have these guys hot on his heels here. But we are at lap 80, so the pit window should be opening up for these guys here now to make it to the end very easily. And I tell you what, I think you're going to see these guys stretch it probably to maybe around 90.
Yeah, the farther you go, especially with it being spread out the way it is, the more tires you have for that final run. And as you said, with the limited set of tires and stuff, there's different strategies being played out right now. Jensik's playing a fuel game, so lots of different things that are being that are transpiring at this moment here in Miami with the Bonfire Racing League on this wonderful Sunday morning on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Once again, Smorl will continue to be your leader. Maurer, Medina, Shelton, and Olsen, your top 5. Jensik, Fox, Mills, Riley, and Dorsey round out your top 10. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick commercial break and drink some Mountain Dew, maybe some Budweiser. Who knows what we're going to do. When we come back, we'll have the conclusion of the Bonfire Racing League in this 120 laps here from Homestead, Miami Speedway on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just 2 minutes.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
And back here on the Bonfire Racing League on Freaky Fast Broadcasting, Lee Tidwell, Zach Hall, and Oz himself, Robert Amoya, doing the magic on the production side of things. Christopher Smorrell continues to lead. Maurer in second position. David Funky Cole Medina in third. Brandon Shelton in fourth. Jared Olson in fifth. Jensick moves up to sixth. Thomas Fox in seventh. Nick Mills eighth. Robert Riley ninth. And Dennis Puckett will round out your top 10. So Jensick up to sixth position. He is the lucky dog, hoping for something here in these last 32 laps. But you know, these guys are kind of spread out here, Zach. So it's going to take something unusual. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
It's funny you said that. I thought of that. So we were thinking down the same path there, Lee. But I tell you what, man, when it's so spread out like this, like you said, it's going to take a big mistake from somebody. Like something we seen catastrophic with Doug Neal, you know. But it could happen here. This is during the pit stop sequence. That's when you see it. The guys are going to have cold tires. The time when the car is really the most upset and just really not driving the best is right at the beginning of the run. Then they start to come in, and then at the end it's really bad. So we'll see if they can make it through the sequence. But a few drivers have already elected to pit. Nick Mills there while we were under commercial there. He hit pit road, and he is one lap down, 8th right now. So we'll see if he can use that undercut to his advantage.
Morrow looking to work around Dennis Puckett. Puckett running in 10th position with about 9-lap newer tires, so Smorrell wasn't able to completely make that pass, but Smorrell with a huge lead right now.
Yeah, he's starting to stretch it out again. He's just showing his long run pace. It's just unmatched right now. He's running 36.14 out front right now to Nate's was a 35.98, so he was quicker that time by. It's just it seems like Nate can't produce that lap time over and over again, while Smorrell is just much more consistent out front. And I tell you what, Maurer might have to look in the mirror because Medina and the 9 getting much bigger again, and these two have already had a heck of a battle today. Would not be surprised to see these two battling again down to the end for second.
So Smorrell will continue with the lead coming into 3 now. And then, yeah, the 9 of Medina, he's caught the scent of Nate Maurer, not only 8, like you said, 0.8 of a second behind. So that could be where the race ends up, one of the races ends up coming up from, is going to be for the second position, depending on what Medina does here in the final 28 laps.
Yeah, he's definitely closed the gap down. He's making his presence known, and it's right before the pit stops happen. So this actually puts Nate in a position to where he's gonna start questioning: do I need to pay here to stay in front of him? Do I let him get out? You know, a lot of things go through your mind there. And I tell you what, Nate had a big moment off of 2 there. He lost a lot of time. And there you see Medina. He's within 5 car lengths of that 971, and he's going quick, going forward pretty quick, and I'm pretty sure you call him David Funky Medina, right, Lee?
Funky Cole Medina.
Funky Cole. Well, I tell you what, he's getting funky right now going forward.
Do you not know the song Funky Cold Medina?
No, I don't. Oh, no.
I am
Really?
so upset at you, sir.
How old is this song? I'm sorry, guys. I was a baby.
It doesn't matter if you was a baby, man. If you don't know Funky Cole Medina, I am highly upset with you, and we have to do.
I know Marky Mark. Okay, they are
What
talking
was it,
about
Marky Mark? What the what? No, that's Tone Loc. Tone Loc. Speaking
Okay,
of Tone Loc, Funky Cole Medina comes into the pits here on lap 94. So Medina comes in. He's going to be the first one. Olsen's going to come in and pit as well.
Hold on.
Yeah, Ryan Twynham says, embarrassing. Who doesn't know that song?
Wow.
Yeah, he just threw you out there, man.
Wow. I just got freaking roasted. I got roasted. I need to go get some burn cream real quick because
Make sure it's got aloe because that shit was hot. "25 laps to go. Medina coming off of pit road now. Smorl. Where is Smorl at? He's coming through, coming out of 4. So Medina will go a lap down, be the lucky dog. But Smorl and Maurer both need to pit. Smorl stays. Maurer will stay out as well.
Okay, so it was released in '89. I was born in '93, so look, I have a right to not have heard it. I'm sorry.
Look, that song's been on so much stuff, though.
I mean, I just listened to it, and I can tell you, I may have heard it before in a movie or something. I don't know, but it definitely don't stick out in my brain. So, unfortunately, I'm not part of the group here tonight.
I know like almost every word to that song.
Well, I'm glad you do. And I tell you what, Sparrow looking like he's still out here chugging along with 23 to go. He has a lead. I'm gonna change the subject so these guys can get off the topic, and we'll see what our leader here, Sparrow, will do, because he's got a 7.4 second lead with 23 to go. Both him and Nate not yet to pit. Here he comes this time. I was about to say they have to be pitting pretty soon, but I think, like I said earlier in the race, these guys are trying to make an advantage here if some type of late race caution comes out, because this is their last set of tires. You take it too early, you're going to be a sitting duck if that caution comes out.
Smorl comes in. Maurer stays out. Medina passes Maurer, gets back on the lead lap.
Well, looks like he's hitting his box here. No mistakes. Nice and easy in. Very easy to do here, especially on these old tires. So good job on Smorl. He, you know, with the lead he had to, he just had to be nice and smooth. He knows he might have to make up some gap because a lot of guys have undercut. So we'll see where he comes out when this all cycles through. But I believe David Medina should cycle to the lead.
That's what I am thinking, depending on where he's going to shake out with Smorl coming out. Smorl came out just in front of him.
Yeah.
So let's see if Medina can chase him down. Smorl will be in second, Medina third. Maurer yet to pit.
Yeah, looks like he's hitting pit road this time. He's putting a hand out the window, waving to these guys, saying, "I'm coming down." Yes, he does. Hit pit road this time for the leader for the final time.
He about hit the wall. Coming into the pits, Maurer did.
Oh, big moment. Barely. Just a little too hot in on carrying too much speed and barely got that thing in there. Whew. That was a scary moment for the 971.
Yes, sir, it was. So it's going to put Maurer. Uh-oh. What'd I do? Maurer now in the pits. Smorl comes across the start-finish line. He will take over the lead. Here comes Medina into second. Medina 1.6 seconds behind. Smorl, can he chase him down? 20 to go.
Well, I tell you what. Smorl now timed that perfectly. I didn't think he'd come out with the lead there over Medina, but he does. And it should cycle back to his hands here now with coming to 19 to go. Yes, Smorl back out in front. And with somewhat of the freshest tires on the racetrack too. Man, what a race it's been for him. He just needs to make these 19 laps nice and clean, and he should be able to come away with another victory here.
Yeah, he's pulling between 2 and 3/10 of a second each lap away from Medina.
Yeah, he's been very strong, to say the least. I mean, he's got the fresher tires, so he's of course going to be pulling away here. I mean, he's already been the fastest car all day, but that just adds on to it. I mean, now already up to a 2.8 second gap. Yeah, with 18 to go. Nate Maurer, 10 seconds back. Not likely for him to be able to run down this 5.
Well, let's give a shout out to David Medina. Excellent strategy. I mean,
yeah,
he literally was only about 3 seconds from being able to be past Smorl as Smorl was coming off of pit road.
Yeah, man, if Smurl waited one more lap, Medina would have had a lap led there, or at least, cycle to where he'd at least been in front of him. Don't know how long he'd been able to hold him off since that tire difference. But I tell you what a drive. But what another drive, though, for the guy we're looking at now, the two of Brandon Shelton. I mean, 13th to 3rd here tonight. And now see if he can, in the final 17 laps, hold off Nate Maurer. But I tell you what, Nate running about 3 to 4 tenths quicker last time by. It could be a heck of a battle between the two, and the 971 coming down to that final top 3 spot.
Yep. So Smorl, Medina, Shelton, Maurer, Nick Mills, your top 5. Jensick, Olson, Fox, Dorsey, and White will round out your top 10 with Sir Robert Riley on the outside looking in 11th position. Oh, somebody's driving through the infield. Who the heck was that?
Yeah, it's a green car. So, it's Gary Wright in the 6th. 2 laps down to 13th.
Yeah, he's lawn mowing. He can come mow my yard if he would like. I will gladly pay for that.
Oh yeah, he had an issue leaving pit road. He lost it on the apron, went through the grass, through the sand trap, and he's playing out in the bunker.
Yeah, he's going to come back into the pits. I think he might have boogered something up there. So right back into the pits. We have 15 laps to go. Smorl will continue to be your leader.
And up to a 4-second lead now. I think it's continually growing. That lead with 14 to go. Shelton, though, that's the battle I believe we're about to watch as Nate there, the car we're focused on down that 971. He is closing that gap in 4 tenths a lap faster last time by, and it's about 3-second gap between those two. With 14 to go, he's got the much fresher tires here with Nate hitting on lap. Let's see what lap that was. That was lap 100 there, while he had Shelton pit on lap 93. So 7 laps difference. You could definitely see this 971 get a lot closer, I believe, here in the final 13 laps.
Yep, 13 to go.
Lucky 13 to go here. Smurl comes out of 4. He'll take 12 to go this time. 5-second lead for him. But Dina, the strategy he played, you highlighted it. Great strategy from David there. And I tell you what, it looks like it's going to be able to get him that second position that he was fighting for all day, possibly.
So Medina in second, Shelton in third. Now we're trying to chase him down. Now only a second gap between Shelton and Maurer.
Yeah, that was about a second of a lap time difference, too, between those two last time by. It's really started to cut into that 2's lead here, and we got up on the ticker there, as you can see, guys, as the lap times these drivers are putting down the last time by. So you can see what type of times and what type of fall off we're seeing here as this run continues on, as the tire difference changes with 11 to go. Nate Maurer trying to drive back up into that podium position, and you never know, if he gets Shelton pretty quickly here, he could have a chance to catch David Medina for that second spot, as those two battle all night for that spot.
And Maurer closes it down again. 3 tenths separate those two, Maurer and Shelton. We go into 3. Maurer with a huge run going into 3. Going to ride it up high, pushing hard. Going to try the crossover, go back down underneath. Shelton, they almost touched. Coming down the front stretch, it's a half a car length lead for Shelton. As we go down into 1, Maurer on the inside, Shelton on the high side. Into 1, Maurer will overtake Shelton. Back on the podium, back up to 3rd. Now looking to chase down funky cold David Medina.
What a pass there. Set him up perfectly, went high, then swept it down low on the exit before setting him up for 1 and 2 to make the pass to the bottom. Got it done there in 1 and 2. Now set sail. Next thing on his mind is see if he can catch that 9 machine in these final 9 laps.
9 laps to go. Christopher Smorl in the number 5 continues to just run away with this race. 7.6 7.6 seconds separate 1 and 2. The number 9 of David Funky Cole Medina in second position. 3.7 second gap between himself and Nathan Maurer with 8 laps to go.
Yeah, it's the battle for second is what we're going to have to watch it for, and watching for any incidents out here on the racetrack, because any small thing that happens will bring out a yellow and will reset all this race. And I tell you what, from there, we'll have to see what happens, because Nate will be on the freshest tires at that point. With 8 to go, Smirl still out front with an 8.1 second lead. Maurer trying to close in that gap on David Medina, and it's definitely closing. So I don't know if he's got enough time with 7 to go, but can he do it? We'll have to see. But Medina still trying to hold on that second.
Well, and they have Robert Riley between them. They have Justin White between them. So there's 2 lap carts between Medina and Maurer. So that is going to...
It's all about huge right there, just because that air, those 2 lap cars are going to be able to have a huge effect, in my opinion. Now, they could help also, Nate, with a little bit of draft down the straights if they get out of the way in the corners, but you never know what they're going to do until you get there, Lee.
Looking at the 46 of Nick Mills now. Mills is running in 5th position. He is 11 seconds behind Brandon Shelton, who is in 4th.
Yeah, and he's got about a 3-second gap back to Jared Olson, who's running about 0.3 faster, but they got a few cars in between them. So I believe Mills may be able to hold to that top 5. And what a race for him, man. 19th to 5th. Him and Brandon Shelton, both drivers driving up through the field here. That's the race went on.
I am unsure, but I think Medina might have burned his tires up. He's pushing awful hard into those corners right now.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get everything he can possibly get out of it here with 5 to go. Try not to save one bit of tread on those tires, as Nate is really shrunk that gap lead with 5 to go. He's going to be within striking distance here with 3 to go. I think this may be an easy pass if Nate can set it up right.
Cuts it down to a second through 3 and 4 is Nate Maurer. The Funky Cole Medina stretches it back out to 1.2 across the start-finish line. In between those two, Sir Robert Riley and the number 66. We go into 1 and 2. You can see how high, how Snoop Dogg high that David Medina is driving that 9 through these corners.
Oh, pretty close to that wall there, trying to use the whole racetrack as that 9. I'd say what, that car front with Robert Riley, that 66, he's directly ahead of Nate and taking away his here with 3 to go. I tell you what, Nate is not close enough here. I think Medina can hold on to this.
Yeah, now it did slow Medina up a bit, having to go through Jensic, and now Maurer's going to have to deal with Riley and Jensic coming out of 2. See if he's going to try to force the issue and make it 3 wide here. He's on the inside of Riley. Jensic's going to drop it down. They are going to take it almost 3 wide. Jensic smartly in that Rusty's machine out of the way. Riley up against the wall, collects it up, keeps it going. Great shot there from our producer Robert from the backside of Medina. You can see how Riley scraped that wall. We are now 2 to go. Christopher Smorl's race to lose. Medina trying his best to keep Maurer behind him. 0.6 of a second separates second and third. We exit 2. Medina and Maurer. Maurer 0.7 in the middle of the backstretch, coming into 3. A lap and a half left in this race. Medina pushing hard into 3 and 4. Maurer still got some tread left. Make it half a second. Exiting 4 now. Coming across the start-finish line. White flag waving by Barney the flag guy. 1 lap to go. 0.7 of a second between second and third. Smorl has done checked out. Unless calamity ensues, he will win this race. The battle will be for second and third. And it looks like Medina might have saved just enough. Keeps the gap at 0.7. Coming out of 2. Riding the high side, Dorsey will be in front of Medina going into 3. Medina looking to continue on that high side. Dorsey will stay down low and let him go. Maurer will not have the go-go juice to catch him. Smorl with the win. Medina through 4 will be in second. Maurer will be in third. Shelton in that number 2. Across the start-finish line now will be in fourth. Nick Mills in that number 46. He is coming through 3 and 4. And will finish out the top 5 and cross the start-finish line right now. So Smorl, Medina, Maurer, Shelton, and Mills, your top 5. Huge congratulations to Chris Smorl as he is bringing it through the front stretch now and will have his celebratory burnout here at Miami Homestead Speedway with the Bonfire Racing League. Spin that sucker around there, Chris. Chris Smorl, your race winner. When we come back, Big Mac himself, Zach Hall, will be speaking to Christopher Smorl, David Funky Cole Medina, and Nate Maurer when we come back here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting and the Bonfire Racing League. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't get off till Robert tells you can. You got to hold it. And I apologize for saying shit. I didn't realize I said it until after I said it. And I was like, oh, damn. So back here on the Bonfire Racing League of Freaky Fast Broadcasting, we have our podium finishers as we're discussing our mishaps during the broadcast today. Nate Maurer coming in third position, coming up to the booth to talk to our own Zach Hall right now.
Hey, Nate, it's Zach up in the booth. You got a copy, man?
I got you guys. How you doing today?
Doing pretty good, buddy, man. What a race out there tonight, man. Or tonight. I do this every time I come up here. I got to use these morning races, buddy. But, man, you had a fantastic race this morning. You and David there, a battle all race long. You tried to be able to figure out what Chris is doing up front, but you and David just couldn't get away from each other, buddy. But, man, you're able to bring home third. What a race was out there tonight, or today.
Yeah, it was a great race. Pit strategy really came down there to the end. I ran my stuff the whole way out. I knew I was going to cough up second place. To run my fuel the whole way out. And there with like 5 laps to go, I was like 2/10 quicker than David. I was like 4/10 quicker than David, 2/10 quicker than Christopher. And I was like, man, I need that caution. I was kind of going for the win there. I figured I'd cough up a position there, but I would have called to David. But there's some lappers out there. Thanks to the 21 for just going off the track to let me go. And congrats to David and especially Christopher. I don't know if he actually drove down this track last night and studied this thing in person to be so fast today, but man, he had one heck of a fast car out there.
Yeah, he really did, Nate. He looks very impressed out there. You got into that position there after that second caution there after the pit stops, man. You got right behind him, and from there, the first 20 laps, it seems like you were trying to size him up and kind of figure out what he was doing because he was seeming to run the middle line all night long, and then more the bottom there in 3 and 4. While a lot of guys were electing to go up high. was that what you were trying to do as you're riding behind him, figure out what he's doing to see if maybe you can use what he's doing?
Yeah, there. I guess it was probably about 15 laps. That I told myself I'm gonna stay right on him as hard as I could, but I was starting to sweat way too much. I don't got the AC on in my house. I was like, it ain't worth being soaked at the end of this thing. But yeah, I tried. He was killing me off. He was getting 2 tenths on me off of 4, and I had my buddy Ryan. He was wrecked out. He went in, told me how he was entering the turn 3, and coming off. He was just killing me. I tried everything. He was getting really close to that wall coming off of 4. I just didn't have the guts to go up there and ruin my race, just trying to keep up with him.
Well, man, I tell you what, you played a very interesting strategy there at the end. You never know, it could have played out for you there if we would have got that yellow, like you said there. But what a great race, nonetheless, coming home with 3rd here, man. Before we let you go, anybody who wants to send a shout to, Nate?
For you boys, deciding to get up early in the morning to broadcast this league. It's a great league. Puckett Brothers. Don't know where Josh has been, but hopefully he's doing all right. But they both run a pretty good league here. Actually, a great league. My team, my teammate Travis, he had to leave. He's been on a hot streak right now lately. He's won a bunch of races the past 2 weeks. Uh, I guess he had a family. I don't know. He said so he had to go quick, so he bounced. Justin, especially Doug Neal, owner of Simbox, great guy. But yeah, especially you guys up here for deciding to get up broadcast this thing.
Well, thank you very much, Nate. You have a great day, buddy, and congrats on 3rd.
You guys have a good rest of your Sunday.
You too, man.
And that's Nate Maurer, your 3rd place finisher. Now we're going to bring up our 2nd place car, the number 9 of David Funky Cole Medina.
Hey, David is Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Well, what a race out there this morning with you in the 971. It seemed like all race long, you two, as the run went on, you would run them down, and then you get in that wake, and it just seemed very hard to pass there at the end of the race. You played the strategy to pit before him, and able to hold him off coming down to the end, man. How's it feel to come out here with 2nd?
It feels great. It's my best finish here at this track. It's not notoriously really good here, but I got to give a shout out to my crew chief, Sean Cheeseman. Really, he's the one that made that call and brought it up, and I went ahead and bid on it, and he was 100% right. Was able to leapfrog and created just enough distance where Nathan just quite wasn't able to get me.
Yeah, it seemed like it worked out really well in your advantage. He got there. He was pretty quick once he got to you. But as soon as he got there in his final 3 laps, it just seemed like it started to even out with that aero advantage, you being in front of him, even with the older tires, man. But what a battle it was between you guys up there. But, man, really hot racetrack out there this morning. 128 degrees. At the beginning of the race, it was in the high 130s. What was that like out there to drive these Cup Series cars here at the Homestead Miami Speedway?
Well, I would assume that the closest thing I can compare it to is like take one of these cars, find a frozen lake, and then try to make some laps on that. It's kind of what it felt like out there. It was just slick. Even when you burned off fuel, it was just really slick the whole time. But I thought everybody did a really good job in controlling their stuff and racing with Nathan this race and the last race. He's a good racer, but we gave each other room, and that definitely helped out.
Yeah, you guys were putting on a fantastic show for us here this morning on Freaky Fast Podcast. So we got to thank you there, David. Great run here this morning to get that 2nd place finish. Before we let you go, though, David, anybody want to send a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to shout out to BRL for putting this on. Obviously, it's a great league to be a part of. I want to thank Chris and Brandon. Every week we team up and share information and strategy. So they're great teammates to be running with. And I want to thank Sean Cheeseman for that call. A heck of a call out there. And we encourage all the fans out there to go get you some Funky Cole Medina Tone Loke Drake for you. And hey, thank you guys up there for broadcasting. I really appreciate what you guys do up there.
Well, we thank you very much, David. You have a great Sunday, and we'll catch you next time.
See you, fellas.
And that's David Medina coming in 2nd position in that number 5. Now we're going to bring up a race winner. Number 9, excuse me. Our race winner, the number 5. Whoop, come on. There we go. Number 5 of Chris Morrill. If I can move him up. There we go.
Hey, Chris, is Zach up in the booth. You got a copy, man?
I do indeed. How are you today?
I am doing fantastic on this Sunday morning. I tell you what, though, buddy, you put on a clinic out there tonight, this morning at Homestead Miami Speedway. How did you do that? I mean, just explain to us, because I mean, you were running a little bit of a different line too, and you stuck to that line. I noticed the whole race. You know, you were right in that middle groove in 1 and 2, and right on that seam in 3 and 4 near the bottom. I mean, you made it work perfectly, and just the long runs, man, you were just so dominant. What'd you do today?
I honestly, I wish I could tell you. You know, we were. I was in the Discord channel there with Dave and yeah, and Sean, and it was just like we were chatting about it, and it was so odd to me because normally I don't know how to hot lap, and I'm better on the long runs, and I ended up whatever the secret sauce was to get the hot lap there, and I was like, oh, this is not good because I actually was hoping to start a little further back just to see what line everybody was going to be running because I wasn't sure what it was going to be, so. I picked it. It was working, and so I went with it. I think it's just the luck of the draw that's the one I ended up picking. So I'm gonna count that as a lucky one. But part of it too was just being with an awesome group of guys and having those conversations throughout the race. And luckily, I didn't have to change anything up because it was working for me. But yeah, no, it was good. It was just waiting for a caution to come out there right at the end because that's about my luck. But fortunately, it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going to go next to my question. You know, you played it out where you waited a good bit before you came down for that final stop, just because it's your final set of tires. You know, was that the biggest thing in the back of your mind? Because you had that almost similar thing play out in Michigan, where you're able to hold on to the victory there. I mean, you got guys that are going to stretch it farther than you and stretch that fuel load to try to have that last set of tires if that caution does come out. Coming down the end, how do you manage that? Because you had a nice size gap, so it did give you the ability to do it. But how do you manage that as the race is going on?
That was on. I really loved how that played out. That we only had the one caution there, and the pit strategy came into play. I hate having to make those decisions, but I love it when it happens because it just adds another element to it. And of course, I'd already mentioned, with Dave and Brandon in the chat with us. Sean was, feeding like, hey, here's what I would do. And to your point, like it was a little different calculus for me because it's like, man, I've got this a little bit of a gap, so I got to thread the needle between letting these guys undercut me and still having something left at the end just in case. So I kind of just split the difference and hope for the best, and it worked out. I thought it wasn't gonna there. Medina came out real close, and I was like, oh, I may mess this up. But yeah, fortunately, over the longer run, it worked out. But yeah, I just again just having the chat with those guys and wondering what Nathan was going to do because that was the other. Obviously, you got to keep your eye on him and don't let him undercut you too much. And then I think it was Nick Mills also was on a wildly different strategy. So yeah, I always had one eye on him as well, just to make sure that whatever he was doing was going to jive with what I was doing. So.
Well, man, you played it perfect from the cockpit. You did everything you needed to bring home that victory here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. So congrats on that, Chris. Man, before we let you go and for the rest of your Sunday afternoon, anybody want to send a shout out to, buddy?
Well, yeah, I'm dedicating this win to my newborn daughter, Ainsley. She was born about a week ago. So this one's for her, obviously. And then I've got, as always, my wife to thank for having had a baby a week ago and watching the baby while I get to do this. So she's awesome. My parents are in town here. They got to watch too on the couch here, which, again, just thanks to you guys for what you do and put on a great show for everybody to kind of make this a family affair. It's just really neat. So obviously thanks again to David and Brandon and Sean during the race, all the other drivers. It's just a great group to come out and spend your Sunday mornings with, and the admins for putting it all on.
Well, Chris, I tell everybody congrats on the victory here. Homestead, buddy, but also congrats on the newborn, and you have a wonderful Sunday, and we'll catch you next time, man.
Sounds good, man. We'll see you around.
And that is the number 5 of Chris Morrow, your winner today. Newborn baby in the family there, and dedicated it to her. So outstanding job for the number 5 of Christopher Smorl as we get set to bring you the final results here from Homestead Speedway in Homestead, Florida. I wish I was in Florida right now. That'd be a outstanding Sunday. Christopher Smorl will come away with the victory, a 10.521 second margin of victory. David Funky Colmedina, the number 9, will finish in second. Nate Maurer in third. Brandon Shelton in fourth. Nick Mills will finish in fifth. Jared Olson sixth. In seventh, Sean Jensick. In eighth, Tommy Fox. Cody Dorsey in ninth. Robert Riley in 10th. Justin White in 11th. Dennis Puckett in 12th. Gary Wright 13th. John Hopley 14th. Doug Neal will finish in 15th, and 16th will be Matthew Clark, and 17th will be Ryan Twynham, and 18th, Travis White in that number 19. In 19th, Sid Butler. In 20th will be Brandon Meyer, and in 21st, Deputy Director Kevin Bullock in that number 62. And that, my friends, will round out your finishing order here from Miami Homestead Speedway. Zach, another great broadcast with you. I'm glad to have you here this Sunday morning, sir. Thank you for joining us. I look forward to being with you tonight as we rejoin Sim Racing Unleashed for Season 10 and the Next Gen cars.
Oh, I'm so excited, Lee. I can't wait to be back up in the booth on Sunday nights, and I was really glad to be able to join y'all on Sunday morning here too. Because man, I gotta get used to saying mornings. I am the worst when I have filler words, and my filler word is a great run tonight. So I got to change that one up. I just got to say a great run. How about that?
That'll work. Well, as always, we're going to turn it over to Oz himself, Robert A. Moya, for final thoughts.
All right, final thoughts here tonight. What a great race. Congratulations to the newborn. Congratulations to Chris. Congratulations to the top 5. David, Nate, Brandon, Nick. What a great run for these guys here, especially Nick. Needed one of them good runs. So thank you everybody out there on YouTube for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the content and the show, and you know what to do. Don't forget to hit that subscribe if you're the first time coming here, as we got 60% out of 100 that are not subscribers on our YouTube watches our content here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. So I'd like you to try to change that number a little bit by hitting that subscribe button, liking the video, and also you can share it to your favorite platform, social media side of things, and show off your friends, family, and what you do here as you watch, and what these guys do at Bonfire Racing League every Sunday morning. But our next broadcast for these guys won't be until 3 weeks away. We will be missing the Kansas race May 23rd, as I'll be on vacation, and then May 30th is the bye week of Memorial Weekend, but we will be back June 6th at Texas for 120 laps. So hopefully everybody takes cares and catches you on our next couple streams that we got going on. But like these guys said, we do got Sim Racing Unleashed Season 10, where we'll be back with Sim Racing Unleashed at 7:50 tonight with the next gen cars. First time we're going to see them at Daytona, see how that pack racing handles with the new cars of NASCAR that's coming in the 2021 season. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see that. But until then, we want to say here at Freaky Fast, God bless everybody. We love yous all. Peace out.
Bye, everybody.